Brooklyn Independent Television.
Brooklyn is home to some of the city's best public art. And recently, the Groundswell organization organized a bus tour of some of the murals that they've sponsored in the borough.
Community murals and public art is a vital part of the urban landscape in New York. It's also a part that doesn't get a lot of exposure. But community murals have been around for a very long time. I mean, the modern rebirth of the movement came out of the 60s, out of the civil rights movement, out of the anti-war movement. So they're always generally political. They address social issues, they address the whole idea of social change and a whole array of needs across the spectrum. Groundswell organises tours to introduce people who may not necessarily be fully familiar with the work that Groundswell does to these murals and context.
It can change people and it can change the public, and it's exposed to the public. Murals are there for the public, so it's not something that's like limited. For example, you do your work, you show it in a gallery, only a few people can see it. If you put a mural up on a 3-story building that's going to be there for 10, 15 years, you know, you're exposing these issues to a large amount of people.
Sophia was one of my students in a after-school program that Groundswell runs for high school age youth who want to develop their art skills, but in the context of creating public art, in the context of creating murals for community groups.
They interviewed community activists and social justice activists in this part of Brooklyn. And based on those interviews, they come up with the imagery for this mural. So they talk about everything from environmentalism to lesbian, gay, transgender equality, which is symbolized by the rainbow.
It's also, this is also universal. It's not just Brooklyn. I feel like it's a way of Brooklyn to connect with the entire world. People around the world are doing this kind of stuff. So it's a very concrete way to grasp on that they're socially active and socially engaged citizens. So.
I have a couple questions for you guys. First one is, does the mural tell a story?
Groundswell partnered specifically with the American friend FSC to talk about gun violence, the problem of gun violence. This was created a couple of summers ago, but as I'm sure any of you have been following the news, gun violence has not gone away.
But if you it's just more painting on the wall, then I guess you're going to look at this and equate it to that over there, which is just writing on the wall. And it's so far from that.
I see the beautiful women, these peaceful women, these earrings, just the beautiful things that I see every day that I wake up to. My mother, I see my aunts, I see my uncles on the wall, I see my cousins, my brothers, I see people going to school. I see them getting rid of the guns, you know what I'm saying? I see them throwing them away.
I've learned that art is definitely a tool that you can use to open the minds of people, to move the hearts of people, to raise awareness about issues that are important to you. And I've continued to use that in my practice, art as a tool for social change, even in my own personal work. So I've seen it happen.
Watch this and other Brooklyn Independent Television episodes online at breakartsmedia.org/BIT.